Welcome back to News Weekly. My guest tonight is Zakir Thaver, the principal of Kelula Productions, and he's currently involved in creating a science library, a multimedia science library in Pakistan. Zakir, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing?
Not bad.
Okay, can you just kind of walk me through what you hope to accomplish with this science library thing? I mean, Pakistanis aren't library-friendly people. We're not really known for our reading abilities or habits, and we generally consider libraries something to be feared and hated.
I think the aversion is truer for books than for multimedia content.
So you hope to get people with the movie element of it's got pictures and they move.
Sure, pictures, animations. Also, I think science documentaries, retention becomes easier because you're simulated in more ways than one. You're simulated auditorily, visually.
Right.
A number of science documentary producers also make companion websites, and there's a quiz online. And it's amazing how well people tend to do on the quizzes once they've seen these documentaries.
So your basic goal is what? To collect all these documentaries and put them on a website in Pakistan, or where, how are you going about this?
What we want to do is collect every single science documentary under the sun.
Okay.
And bring it across to Pakistan. So what I've done
humble aspirations, yes.
Very humble aspirations.
Right.
Foolishly ambitious, in fact. What I've done is I've created a website, which is kelula.com/smlp, which is Science Multimedia Library, Pakistan.
Right.
I've created a wish list of science documentaries that I want. Every single title links to its shop page. So for example, if the documentary is made by Nova, the title will link to its shop site.
So you can purchase it online.
So the idea is expat Pakistanis can purchase these and ship it to a friend's address in New York. As they amass in New York, Pakistani citizens have volunteered to carry these back to Pakistan.
Okay.
So a simple idea, I'm going through catalogs of various science producers, compiling a list, making a wish list.
Right.
And that's about it. Once they get back to Pakistan, what I'll do is work with local teachers' resource centers, make a catalog available to all schools. And so, hopefully teachers will take this idea and screen these documentaries to their students.
For the students, etc.
In various schools, classrooms, lectures.
Now, it's interesting you mentioned taking this to the schools. What do you think is the current state of scientific development in terms of thought, scientific thought in Pakistani education, Pakistani schools, etc.? I mean, I remember, I was clearly an arts, literature kind of a kid, and I shunned the science portion of my school, and it wasn't really pressed upon me either. I mean, how have you found the schools currently dealing with science?
I think it's really bad. Also, I think we're catering to an ADD generation, and the conventional chalkboard, blackboard lecture doesn't do it for kids anymore.
Right.
They're used to watching quick cuts on MTV, caffeinated on. Interestingly, certain crucial paleontological discoveries were made in Pakistan. For example, fossils belonging to the whale ancestry.
Okay.
There's one creature that was hypothesized and ought to have put an end to the creation-evolution debate called the Ambulocetus naton, which is a walking whale who swims, was found in Pakistan. The Pachycetus was found in Pakistan. There's several others called the Balochitherium, which was the largest living mammal.
Right.
Also found in
So
Balochistan.
there is a chance for me to find some fossil and name it the Samiitis brontosaurus.
Oh, absolutely.
Or something.
I believe there's a whole bunch of stuff hitherto undiscovered in Balochistan. So if you're planning to head over there, I will happily tag along with you.
Okay, fantastic. Finally, just given the current state of science development and everything, I mean, you're working towards the documentary, you're working towards these DVDs and everything. Do you think Pakistan has a chance of becoming slightly more science-focused country, other than nuclear science, which seems to be where all PhDs in nuclear science? There doesn't seem to be any other aspect of science you have any interest in. Do you meet kids who are thinking, I want to grow up and be a scientist, as opposed to I want to grow up and be a landowner or an industrialist son?
Hardly, but a great many people who've taken up science, for example, this person Salman Hamid was here, who's an astronomer at Hampshire College. He talked about how he watched Cosmos on TV, and that inspired his interest in science. The Carl Sagan documentary. Right. A great many others. It's amazing. If you Google scientists and something on TV, a great many hits come up. I think TV can do wonders for inspiring our youth to pursue careers in science. That doesn't happen here, unfortunately, anymore. By contrast, what does exist on TV is laughable mishmashes of science and religion, which really confuse the issue.
Right.
But I think what would really help is layperson-friendly talks in the city, more science cafes, for example. I host and organize
coffee and a beaker, or
absolutely.
Yeah.
I host and organize one called the Science Adda at the second floor.
Right.
I think more such science cafes in the city, but mainly television. TV should really take up the goal of popularizing science for the layperson.
Okay, well, hopefully from next week on, I shall start doing this show in a lab coat with a chemistry set in front of me.
Nothing will make me happier.
Thank you, Zakir. Thank you for being
so
here.
much,
Absolutely.
Sure.
And that wraps up this edition of News Weekly. Now remember, you can always keep flooding in your emails on newsweekly@dawnnews.tv, and you can watch previous episodes of News Weekly on youtube.com/newsweekly. So you can watch them all the time, anytime, everywhere you are, absolutely, and you should do so. I'm Sami Shah. Oh, and by the way, remember, next week we're going to have our second News Weekly competition. That's right, join me as I pathetically attempt to drum up greater viewership by holding yet another competition. So come back next week for further News Weekly episodes. I'm Sami Shah.